All right. How you guys doing? All right, I'm a little bit late today. It's Christmas here in the Ukraine, so I was celebrating Christmas. So let's get started here real quickly. Equal weighted S&P is broken out clearly, right? Dividend weighted S&P the same. The VIX big collapse, but again we have that rounding bottom. Nothing has changed. New York Stock Exchange broke out incredibly bullish, right? The next move up. This is a wave three. Dow Jones, same thing, incredibly bullish, broke the bottom, broke the top, off it goes. S&P 500, right up against the resistance area here. NASDAQ, test move, okay. So we had this structure in place. We knew all about this from yesterday or the day before video. We had the nice little drop yesterday, and then it came up, built some pressure, broke out. But for now, all it's doing is just kind of backfilling this area here. Okay. Um, we want to see this continue to break out. More likely than not, you'll get some kind of a correction up against this area here, which is all-time highs. We should really try to have more coups attempts because this is good for the market, right? How ridiculous. Unbelievable. Anyway, small caps continues to go incredibly bullish, right? Pushing higher. And even this right here is bullish, right? Building pressure. So the everything rally is, continuing. Transportations, remember we had this arrow here, right? That this was supposed to break out, and sure enough it did today. IPO, we wanted this one to bounce, all right? Came right to support area, and boom, here it goes. Up almost 5% for the day. ARC continues to push higher. All-time high is very close. Let's look at the FANGs, right? The FANGs didn't do a whole hell of a lot, just bounced off the point of control right in here. Still going sideways, right? Still going sideways. So it's the broader market that is really pushing this higher. Europe, right? This has been kicking ass all over the place for a very long time. UK. Sorry about that. Same thing, right? We said it's going to come and start testing this previous area of resistance. And more likely than not, we'll probably see it come all the way up to this area right in here. All right. Germany finally starting to break out, incredibly bullish. Still within this structure. Oops. Still within this structure right here. All right. But this is more of a megaphone than anything else. Denmark. Okay. Kind of pausing a little bit. World Stock Market Index coming up to that resistance area within the channel. Ex-US is breaking out. Again, you're seeing that the rest of the world is, the rest of the world is going up to resistance. I'm sorry, with the US is going up to resistance, and without the US, it's breaking out. Okay, so more likely than not, we're going to see all-time highs. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so all-time highs tested, see what it goes from there. All right, get back down here. All right, Jets about to break out, so look for this one to start pushing higher here, probably tomorrow. Okay, at least to this resistance area, which is the previous high as well. So I put the marker right in there. Okay, maybe some consolidation and then a breakout, right? China, incredibly bullish, right? Everything is bullish, right? Everything is just breaking out, super bullish in all aspects. I don't know why this is still here. The fangs of China, CQQQ, right? Broke the previous high, off it went very nicely. We said that this was going to hold, right? It did that. Here's the breakout, very nicely. I think now it's up, what, 10%, if I'm not mistaken. 8%. Good enough for government work. All right. Nifty 50. India, doing good. Japan, starting to curl back up. Very weird kind of pattern here. Very weird kind of structure. Perhaps it's starting to rise like this. There we go. Okay, so look for more upside, probably up against this resistance area. Taiwan, kicking ass. Cosby, kicking ass. Saudi, breaking out. All right, we have this arrow here for a while. We're waiting for this bull flag to break out. Australia, back into structure. Look to test at least this area, right? Which is also, let me go out to the daily. Okay, this should be higher. One second. Okay. So somewhere in between here is where we expect it to ultimately go. All right. Get this out of the way. So the target, let me put the target in here. Right, somewhere in here. To test the two previous highs. Brazil going sideways. Again, this is a bullish formation. All right, there's a bull flag now. Very clearly defined. And we're going to look for more upside in this one. So let me put the arrow. There it goes. Emerging markets are breaking out from this huge pennant. Broke the bottom, right? This is why I don't like pennants, wedges, right? Broke the bottom and boom, the opposite direction. All right. Emerging markets continue higher. They broke the previous high. Now we're looking for this area to be tested. Okay. So that's looking good. Incredibly bullish. So you see everything is bang on bullish, right? Bricks, we said this was going to go higher. Sure enough, there it is. Let's skip that one. Real estate is still having some difficulties, but I think this will resolve to the upside at some point. All right. Super bullish, testing the previous high, pulling back a little bit. This is a pure banking ETF, probably a little bit higher. Oh, come on. Okay. A little bit more to go. Oil. We said that oil is going to probably go up to about 53, 54 once it hits those round numbers. It likes to kind of blow right through them. So that's what we are expecting. My internet is a little bit slow. Okay, so here we are. We tested this area. So we're going to look for more upside in oil. Probably around 54, maybe even 55, but we'll see how this goes, all right? Gold, kind of flat for the day, sitting right at support. So we're going to look for more upside in gold. Silver, the same thing. Commodities overall, incredibly bullish, looking good. Okay. All right. Precious metals, a little bit of a pullback. Base metals, steel, palladium, copper. Copper is probably going to break out incredibly bullish. All right, you see how everybody's bullish. Everything is fucking bullish, right? Be really careful with that. Agriculture continues to push higher. It's going sideways for now. Little pullback in sugarcane, corn. Little sideways wheat. Wheat broke out from this resistance area, kind of consolidating here. Let's make it like this. All right. Soybeans pushing higher. Forget about nat gas. Bitcoin hit 40 today. Right? I said this is going 50. It's going parabolic. Right? Um, Probably the way this thing is going, it's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. It's attracted to that 50 area, and at 50, it's going to be $1 trillion market cap. I think it's 50 or 54. Litecoin continuing to push higher. Ethereum, we said it's going to hit this previous high, very close to it now. Again, we hit those round numbers of 1,000. It's going to go through about 1,400 and then probably start to correct or consolidate. Ripple, big jump, but I don't worry about that one. Now, here's something interesting. The dollar is starting to push higher, right, because of what happened yesterday. Apparently, they're trying to impeach or Article 25 remove Trump. Nancy Pelosi called Pence to just get this fucking guy out of here, which makes him, if they do that, he's going to be ineligible to be president in 2024. And rightfully so. A lot of fuckery going on there. All right, dollar strengthening against the Japanese yen. Euro kind of going sideways, right? Little pullback here. Great Britain pound, same thing. Skip that one. Dollar's strengthening or weakening against the Turkish lira. The dollar is going sideways with the Russian ruble, and USD CAD remains weak. Australia, a little bit of a pause. New Zealand, the same. And a nice little bounce here with the peso. And dollar yen going sideways. All right, so here's a nice follow through with the 10 year. So now interest rates are 1.08. Very big move. We said that this was going to break out to the upside. Sure enough, that's what happened. Let's see how much more this has to go. All right, that's going to be interesting because what you're getting now is that compression that I always talk about. And if we look at the S&P earnings yield, it's 2.61. Right, and then at the same time you have the competition is at 1% 0.73. Right, so we're getting that compression going on, and I always talk about that. At some point, something's going to have to give. Right. What else? What else? Let's take a look at the FANGs real quick. A little bit of a bounce in Apple. Maybe trying to stabilize right in here. Amazon, right? This one I think is going to probably bounce. Okay, you can take it one more up. Microsoft, back into structure. Nothing there. Facebook is probably going to break out, so let's put the arrow in here. All right, for more upside. Let's remove this because it's no longer valid. Okay. So look for more upside in Facebook. Netflix, still very weak. It's breaking down. Let's see how good of a job it does in the following days. Google breaking out. Okay. Right up against resistance. So let's see how this is going to perform. Probably more upside. Nvidia, we're waiting for this one to push higher. That's why we have the green thing. Tesla, up another 7% today alone. And we're hitting that $800, 819. Again, my target was that it's going to hit about 850. Okay. Incredibly bullish. Everybody's happy. Right. PayPal. We're still looking for more upside. Snapchat, I like this one. I talked about it yesterday. Starting to move up 6% today alone. So look for more upside in that. And Shake Shack, right, is also bouncing nicely. So again, once you start seeing everything is bullish, okay, start to worry. I know, it's so easy, right? It's so easy, and it's always so much fun when everything is going up. But remember, corrections do occur. All right, be ready for it. It's gonna come. We'll just go quickly through the airlines. Delta trying to break out, nothing there. American Airlines, nothing. Southwest you can take to the upside for one more up. Okay, Alaska, nothing there. JetBlue, nothing. Spirit, probably. Spirit is a little weak, but we'll see. Keep an eye on it. On the break, you can buy it. Allegiant, doing good. Hawaiian Airlines, nice little breakout there. SkyWest, bouncing, probably breaking out. This one is also probably a buy, so let's put that there. Ryanair, consolidating. EasyJet, uh, nothing there. Copa, my most hated stock, sideways. China Eastern Airlines, still weak. Turkish, sideways, and that's about it. All right, so everything is bullish. Everything is bullish. Everything is, you know, wonderful. Let's have more coups, more pandemics. Let's do a shittier job of distributing vaccines. Let's have a president that is fucking non-existent. It works really good, right? Let's have 20 million unemployed. Make it 30. Be more bullish for the market. Uh, Hello, Alessandro. It's going to be a lot more bullish for the market. The shittier you can get it, the better. Attempt a couple more coups, and we'll be good to go. So this one now, again, it's an emotional move. Nothing you can chart. It's a breakout from this structure. And remember, anytime the structure, right, 1, 2, 3 down, is pointing downwards, the next move is up, and that's textbook. This is textbook. But again, it's within the context of this whole entire area just kind of consolidating. That's the way I view it right now. More likely than not, we'll get some kind of a correction tomorrow, somewhere in here. Okay, something to go sideways. If not, if it breaks out, okay, that's great. Let it do that. Remember that so long as we remain above the previous highs, we're bullish, right? We're bullish. And that's based on the analysis back here in 2016 that I talked about yesterday. I'll talk about it a little bit again today. All right, let's go back to 2016. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So remember, there's a little bit of work that needs to be done right in here, right? Before it starts to take off. So that's what we're doing right now. Now, the difference is what? The difference is that the economy is far worse today, far more expensive today than it was back in 2016. What are the similarities? Similarities back in 2015 and 16, you had global trade also sell off, right? That's why we started going sideways even if you go back to 2014. You kind of went sideways here because global growth, global trade kind of sucked. Okay, so we kind of have the same thing now. Only everything is much more expensive, and everything is in terms of employment and so forth is far worse. If we take the argument that we are, we're going to become better in the future, and things are going to be much better in the future, and well, okay, you're doing that in a much more expensive market. So even if we reprice it for all the new money that has been pumped into the economy, the multiples are going to be very expensive. Okay, and that's what you see here. Even if earnings were to grow, let's say double, right? Let's say it goes up to, I don't know, 5. Um, then again, very unlikely that earnings are going to rise so much, because even if you look at the peak back in what 2010 or whatever it was, the maximum it hit was about 6%, 6.5% earnings yield, but the interest rates were at 6%, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's take a look. No, I think it was 6% before the crisis. Fuck, where is it? 10-year. 2010. Yeah, it was about 4%. Okay. 2000, about 4%. Okay. So, again, um, you're going to have to push interest rates up and also the earnings yield up at the same time. And I really don't see that happening with so much unemployment, vaccine problems, lockdowns. It's just a lot of euphoria right now. A lot of euphoria. Um, One of the stocks we've been hunting for a while now has been DDD. Okay. Um, this is more for subscribers than it is for everybody else, but it had a monster fucking move. Monster move. Right. It went up as high as 146% from when we bought it, up 117% since we bought it. Really, really nice breakout. Okay, so um, that's a good thing, right? That's why you got to come down and subscribe. Patreon.com/RealMacro. Don't forget. Okay, 66 cents a day. Get a lot more info. 24/7 live chats. All right, so let's get back into the NASDAQ. Minute chart, right? You can't even chart this really. It's kind of funky, right? Little bit funky here. It's a rising wedge. Be careful, again, when everything is bullish, everybody's dumping money into the market. Um, it gets very expensive right now. Don't be surprised one day you wake up and everything is straight down. Okay, doesn't mean you can't buy to the long side. You just have to do it early. You have to build the position. Know your risk rewards. Okay. Let me show you this one that's going on. All right, so stocks are rising and the dollar is still weak, relatively speaking. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Also, I want to take a look at Zoom. I haven't looked at that for a while. Trying to fill this gap here, but I still think it's bullish. I still think there's going to be upside. This is just a correction. Okay. So, right in there. Okay. Let's take this out. So keep an eye on Zoom, especially on the breakout here. You can get a really nice move. Really, really nice move. Okay. All right. So Nasdaq versus S&P. The Nasdaq is underperforming right now on this little area right in here. Okay. At some point, from based on this structure here, you're going to see that the Nasdaq is going to start to outperform the S&P. Okay, and that's when the market leaders are going to be coming in. All right. Oops. How did this pop out here? Okay. Um, S&P versus gold. We haven't looked at this for a while. Okay. Kind of consolidating here. Kind of consolidating. Let's see what happens. For right now, it's bullish looking that S&P will outperform gold. Semiconductors are outperforming the Nasdaq right now, and that's why this is gray. It's not. It hasn't hooked enough. Um, China versus NDX. China is popping here a little bit, trying to create this little structure. I should make that gray because it's not valid yet. You need a hook. All right, so this is valid. So let's see how this performs in the days and weeks to come. And that's about it. Um, IBB is another one we said that this was going to break out, and sure enough it is. It was a break test go, all right? Break test goes, right? So it broke, tested, and now it's going. Okay, so IBB is good. We have an arrow here. Remember, all the arrows you can, if it fits your portfolio, you can take these trades if you agree with them, of course. All right. Uh, gas exploration, right? ExxonMobil breaking out from this resistance area. One second. Okay. Um, let's talk a little bit about inflation. Incredibly bullish on tips versus TLT. When tips are outperforming, meaning they're rising, and this is incredibly bullish, that means inflation is coming. At least that's what the market is indicating. And it's not the kind of inflation that you look at CPI, right? Not that CPI won't rise, but you're talking about more of a devaluation of the dollar. Okay, that's why you're seeing commodities take off. Okay, so keep that in mind. Anything else? Any questions from anybody? Any other questions? Questions? None. Good. I know there's a little bit of a lag, so I'll wait a little bit longer. Super bullish on everything. There was a chart I showed today where it showed you have to work 100, the average income salary, you have to work 141 hours to buy one share of the S&P 500. That's fucking mind-blowing, huh? And it used to be 20 hours. So just to give you an example of just how expensive this market is. Just how expensive it is. Extremely, extremely expensive. But, everybody agrees, everybody's buying, and, you can't fight that shit. But one day something's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be. And more likely than not, you're going to see the market straight down. And all the buy the dippers are going to get spanked. Spanked. Pop out. 1 second. All right. So there we go. We're testing the previous highs now as we speak. There we go. There's the previous highs. All right. Point of control is all the way down here at 12,715. And again, what we expect now is that we had that consolidation here. Now you're going to get a consolidation, not up here, but sideways that way. Just a sideways move. and then it's going to resolve more likely than not to the upside. Okay. Um, yeah, that's about it. What else? What else? Just looking here 1 second. Yeah, it's so funny that it's the relief rally of a failed attempt at coup in the United States of America. It's fucking beautiful. I don't see how they don't do Article 25. Honestly, to me it's mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. How can they allow this to happen? All right, let's see what happens in the last 2 minutes here, because that's when all the action starts, right? Always. So this is now showing what? 1, 2, 3, and possibly boom, a break. It's a rising wedge. It points one way, right? It's pointing this way, then you get the correction. Not enough time, according to CNN experts. Yeah, but I think they have to do it because one, the Article 25 will prevent him from running if he is alive, which I doubt, and not in jail, which I doubt also. But I think they have to do it. If not for any other reason, it's for the next idiot that becomes president that tries this stupid shit. He's gonna know what's coming for him. You can't allow this to happen. I mean, 4 people died for no reason. You know, you got to do it. Otherwise, I don't know. He's got to get the fuck out. They got to remove him. They got to remove him. Impeachment doesn't prevent him, I think, from running again. And I think impeachment takes longer. Article 25 is just done. Takes a day or something. But they gotta take that fucking guy out. He's killed fucking hundreds of thousands of people with his inaction. You know, there was bounties on our troops' heads. He did nothing. Cyber attack, he blew it off. Korea built a super intercontinental ballistic nuclear tipped missile and nothing happened. We went into a trade war. Oh, by the way, imports today were 68 billion for the month. Where is it? Somewhere here. I forgot where it is. But it was 68 billion. So our imports are increasing. It's getting worse. It's not here, but anyway, they're getting worse. All right. So remember, imports export dollars, and that drains the economy. All right. All right. 2 minutes left. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. So Nasdaq is up 2% for the day, right, which is the extreme normal level. Especially with the volatility so low, it's quite a lot. That's a very big move. All right. So we expect this to break down. If not now, probably in after hours there'll be some kind of a correction out of this structure. S&P is up 1.2, Dow Jones is up 0.7, New York Stock Exchange about 1%, And small caps up 1.7. Right. There it goes. See it? Breaking. Magic. Magic. Yeah, it's kind of cool to go through Christmas twice in a year. Did a Christmas in the U.S., now a Christmas in the Ukraine. Very, very cool. By the way, Ukraine is locking down tomorrow for 2, 3 weeks because of COVID. So there you go. There's a break. All right. There it is. 4 o'clock. Market closed. So expect some kind of a correction and then, something to this effect. Something like this. Okay, maybe even a little bit deeper. It's just going to consolidate in this area here somewhere. And then we'll get some kind of resolution tomorrow. Get some resolution tomorrow. But yeah, everything is all systems go for bullishness, right? Everything is bullish. Europe is bullish. Small caps risk on is bullish. Nasdaq is kind of going sideways for now. S&P, let's see what it did. Okay, just kind of bounced off this resistance area. All right. Yeah, just kind of going within this channel. All right, so a little bit of a correction tomorrow, more likely than not, or a little bit of sideways. And I should be on tomorrow, hopefully. Other than that, that's about it. All right. Keep an eye on the dollar. Okay, keep an eye on the dollar. It looks like it wants to start to break out a little bit in a corrective move. All right. Bitcoin, expect 50,000 at some point. I'll be surprised and shocked if it doesn't. Uh, where's Bitcoin? Thank you, Alessandros. Thanks for everybody else for joining me. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't do it earlier today. Right, so here's a big drop today that we had in Bitcoin. Right, look for it to push back up. Remember, those round numbers, those 50,000, 100 or whatever, these are like magnets. It's just price loves to go to it. There was a target, I think, by JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or something, 140, 150,000 per Bitcoin. I think it's attainable. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I don't think so, but some point in the future. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much. JP Morgan. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thank you very much. Sayonara. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.